So, in the beginning of your SMMA journey, there's going to be an eventual and a natural progression of how you are going to be doing outreach. Alex Ramosi, God in this space, four different types of outreach: cold outreach, warm outreach, content, paid ads. That's it. Now, in the beginning, you are going to do cold outreach. I don't care if you have the capital to start running paid ads. It's not about that. It's about gaining the skills because you have to think long term and you have to think about the person and the company that you want to develop. And you can't be a person of leadership and of morale when you can't even teach yourself these skills and you don't even know them. So how is it possible for you to kind of teach others when you don't know anything? And so this is why I preach straight down to your core. In the beginning, you have to go through the trenches. Everybody does it. Every single person you look up to in the space who is at where they are at went through the thick of it. They went through just complete rejection, and that was a phase where nobody saw. Nobody saw it because they weren't posting content or whatever it was at the time. But we live in a time now where we can document the entire process. But you have to do cold outreach. So this means cold call, cold SMS, cold DMs. Pick one and stick to it until you get your first one, two, three, four, maybe even five clients. Don't do cold emails, cold DMs. You're going to drive yourself absolutely insane. Focus on one thing and get good at that. And what I preach in the SMMA, because it's fairly straightforward and simple, is cold call. I've spoke about multiple times on this channel the beginning of my journey. 3 months, 100 to $150 a day at minimum for 3 months straight. Sometimes 200, 250 plus. That was a small period, but you get the point. And I made less than $1,500. And it's not about the money. The money comes as an extension of what you provide to the marketplace, and the money has came, and it's nice, and it comes right. It's like a delay for what you're doing, and so it was just waiting for reality to catch up. But you have to put the time in because it's not about the money, it's about the skills, and the skills are the most important thing. And I was just listening to an Alex Hormozy video, and he talks about how in the beginning, your first $0 to $100,000 made profit, you have to focus on one, two, maybe three skills max. And then as Alex Hormozy develops acquisition.com, you start to become a generalist and you can kind of take the business models, hence offers, leads, and $100 million money models and kind of use them because they're applicable to any type of business model, right? So in the beginning, cold outreach, cold call, and actually understands that it's not about the money in the beginning. Sure, it's cool, it's nice, whatever, but don't get attached to it. Don't stay comfortable when you get your first $1,000 or $2,000 client or whatever it is. Actually understands that you're developing and going through the season of learning skills, how to set, how to take sales calls, how to possibly manage a team, how to whatever else it is on the back end from the moment you sign a client. But it's really about crafting that because once you understand sales and marketing, so many people that I look up to in the space, they say the exact same thing. Once you understand two things, sales and marketing, the sky's the limit and you can do whatever you want. But every single person that you do look up to, they do understand sales and marketing and setting and all of that because they went through it and they understand the importance of it. It's not just it's not just a skill for SMMA guys. This is a skill for life. And you could see the world as people who are just simply trained versus untrained. And why wouldn't you want to go through the world with an unfair advantage? Why wouldn't you want to go through the world knowing everything is in your full control? Why wouldn't you want to do that? You'd rather dilly dall through life understanding that there are people who are actually understanding of these skill sets and can use them against my advantage. Because the truth is, with society in general, if you aren't making up your own mind, your own decisions, your own beliefs, then somebody else is doing that for you. And this is not just applicable to SMMA, but life in general. And again, I ask you this: why go through life settling for less, knowing that you can develop these skills, knowing that there are people using it to their advantage who are making millions of dollars a year just because they understand a few things about sales and marketing, whatever else it is. So in the beginning, do cold outreach until you get your first couple clients, or do it for the first couple weeks, and then move out to whatever else other outreach methods you have. And again, you can start paid ads. You can have the capital to kind of do that beforehand, but it's about defining the skills and really, really using that because once you have that, guys, once you have that, you can move horizontal, you can move laterally into a different field, into whether it's SMMA to ecom and understanding sales and marketing, or SMMA to building a sales team and being a consultant to others, or taking this and using it for others who are selling courses and basically managing everything on the back ends and the live webinars and whatnot. You can use this, take it, and apply it to anything else that you want. And as you guys kind of become familiar with the online space, this is natural. People naturally just hop around one thing to the next, after a few years of being in it, because no one really sticks in one thing for long enough, unless you're really truly in it for the long game, like some of the other people in this space who we look up to, like Jerry Meyer, maybe Grant Cardone. Maybe you don't look up to Grant Cardone, but he's been in the space for a long time, and over the course of the last 20, 30 years, he's been able to build a mountain of evidence to support his claims. And if you don't listen to him, then with all the evidence he has and all the expertise that he has, then you might just be an idiot. And I'm not saying just for Grant or whoever else it might be. If, for example, you have a one-on-one with like Jeremy Miners, sales guy in the space, and he gives you advice, and you don't listen to it, you're an idiot. Okay, you're an idiot. That's the truth. So cold outreach, and you can continue doing cold outreach with paid ads or content or whatever it is that you want. And I really do think that the sooner you start making content, the sooner you're going to be able to kind of achieve your dreams. And this is what I'm doing here, right? I'm showcasing to the world what I'm doing, documenting it all, and taking you along with the process. And in the process, wanting to give you guys as much value as I can. So you have to be able to develop selling skills, sales skills, and I'm at a point now where I know pretty much most things about the agency space and how to start one from complete scratch, and I can teach anyone this. There are things I still don't know, which is why I continue to invest the money into mentorships and programs and individuals who are willing to give me sauce. Because if you're not investing money, you're falling behind. If you're not talking with your guys about the latest trends, how to use AI, new sources of creatives and sales copy, you're going to fall behind. I'm telling you right now, there is no stagnation. This isn't just applicable to SMMA. I'm talking about life in general. You're either growing or you're dying. If you don't go to the gym for 2 weeks, what happens? Your muscles get weaker. If you don't keep practicing a language that you're learning for weeks or days, what happens? You lose the skill. It might be slow, as it is slow, right? But soon enough, it's going to compound onto itself, and you're going to be like, "Holy shit, I'm so far behind." Because there's levels to this, guys. There's levels to this, and I want to express this, and I want you to understand that to anything you do in life, there are levels. And I am nowhere near where I want to be. And I understand that. And I'm aware of it. I'm not just some person who has a massive ego and just cuts all outside information off as if I can't grow from it. That's stupid. That's beyond stupid. And so there's levels to this. And guys, as I continue to post content, I have people reaching out to me, and I'm giving advice, on Instagram DMs and a little bit of sauce here and there, but of course not too much, because I understand the importance of monetizing your skills and the importance of actually paying for stuff. And I'm not giving everything away over DMs to a random kid that has 20 followers who I don't even see his face because his profile pic is a gray screen. And one of the things that pisses me off the most is giving advice to people and them just not using it. And so I'm able to put myself in the other person's shoes for those mentors that I do invest in. And I'm like, okay, if I'm getting pissed off at people for not using my advice, how about I just shut up when I ask them questions and listen to what they have to say? And then I could kind of digest, break it down, and form my own opinions from it later on. But when you get advice from people that are far ahead of you, if you don't take it, it's useless and you're an idiot. That's it. Okay? That's the truth. And a lot of people aren't willing to sit down and to listen to what others have to say. I've given sauce away to people who just don't take my shit, who take my shit for granted. And I don't know, maybe it's because of a money thing. Because the truth is, if you invest like $5,000 into a program, you're sure as hell going to pay attention. And if you don't, then you're just doomed for success because you just gave 5K away and you don't have any value on the information that you're going to be learning. Those people are doomed. I stay away from those people. So maybe it's because it's not attaching monetary money to the actual advice I'm giving, and sometimes I think it's really important to kind of understand that, because take everything as if you've spent $1,000 on it. Take that YouTube video from someone that you look up to in the space, and that you watched for 50 minutes. You broke down everything. Take it as if you paid them $1,000, because when you attach money to it, you give it value, and that value allows you to not take it for granted and to kind of use it for your advantage. Coffee break. So, kind of hope this helps you guys. Kind of hope this helps you guys understand. Spelled it. Understand the beginning of your journey. Do cold call or whatever cold reach. Focus on one until you get a few clients. And from there, you could do warm outreach. From there, you could either document the entire thing. From there, you could start running paid ads. And again, it's about developing the skills, because the skills compound onto themselves. And think about the most capable people on planet Earth. They can do shit you can't even conceptualize. Why? Because they have the skills. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna be the next Elon Musk, but what I am saying is, if you want to be in the info product space or in the online space, have to develop these skills, and that starts with just taking action and learning from your mistakes and going from there. So I hope this helps, and I'll see you.